With it right here with who I started with, we something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, 8 Central Coast, mom and suicide. Ellie's arsonist. I step in the booth and cast. I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music. I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Beautiful linda raza, si gustan. If you like the dope fire content that we keep dropping on the daily right here, there's a couple buttons right here at the bottom that you can go ahead and hit. Si gustan. There's absolutely no pressure, you guys. There's a like button right there. That's the very first one. It just helps us in the algorithm and it helps us reach larger audiences. And then right next to it, if you don't like the fire content, but you're a lurker, you can't stop watching, you're a creep, a predator, a chomo, a weirdo, or just an overall hater or one of their supporters. Hey, you got to pay to play one way or another, babo. So there's a button right next to the thumbs up, which I call the chinga tu madre button. It's all to the good. You can go ahead and hit that right there. Next to it, there's also a share where you can share the page on your Facebook, IG, Snapchat, TikTok, etc. That way people know what channels you're rocking with, the conversations you're listening to. And I appreciate that. It also helps out us grow. And then, of course, there's a hype video button. So just keep going right. Thumbs up, thumbs down, share, all these buttons. Thanks. There's a hype video button that you can hit to hype the video. Again, it helps us reach wider audiences. Before we get into the title of this video, which is Compton rapper has been accused of telling and his brother a PDF. Before we get into that, let's keep it professional. Let's go through the formalities. Gracias to all the day oneers. Gracias to everyone inside the members only. The members only is the backbone of the community. I highly appreciate the members only more than they know. I've been dropping bangers inside the members only. They know everything about your boy. They know A to Z, in and out, and etc. Right? So shout out to the members only for their support. Again, I just highly appreciate you guys, man, for your something 99 every single month. Not only do you guys get the wrenches, not only do you get the green handles, but you get exclusive content, and you also get VIP access to the content creator series of fighting. All right, anyways, without further ado, and if you're new to the channel, stay subscribed, man. If you haven't subscribed, it's a given, but I'm going to say it. Subscribe. I think you'll like the dope content that we drop here, banger after banger. If you don't know who I am, give you a little bit of backstory real quick. I'm just a small town boy. East Salinas, Alisal District, 93905 saw me born. The district saw me raised. I'm still here, but now we turned a negative over into a positive. That's what we did on Chicano Tube, all right? Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. It's not going to be a long video, but damn it. It came across my feed. I actually saw the Hater World. Shout out to the Hater World. Shout out to the 200 boys, Opina. Shout out to L Boy, and shout out to G the Barber. I don't know if L Boy is locked in already, but I think that would be a great addition to the Hater World couch. The 200 boys, if they have L Boy at least for a season, man, because he's got a lot of game. I could tell he's really, really gamed up based on his conversation and his conduct, right? Not like Big Clecha, a pendejo with no clecha, the opposite of that, right? This is El Boy. So I think it'd be a great addition over to the couch. And G the Barber again, and Opina. Okay, so it came across my feed, gente, which was a video from the Hater World, and he actually got some emails, messages, over from this Compton rapper, and this Compton rapper is trying to stop the firestorm from spreading. But it's almost impossible. I'm not going to say it's impossible. You got to have a bunch of helicopters and a bunch of pinchy, I don't know what kind of red ink they drop on the fire to stop it, or chemicals. But you got to have a lot to stop a firestorm. This has been spreading all over YouTube. And of course, this YouTube channel right here, we're based in California. So we primarily deal with California topics, California issues, California people, right? People in California, we mind our own. What's going on in Florida don't matter. What's going on in New York doesn't matter to us because that's their jurisdiction. Let them worry about them. We do what we does, cuz this individual right here, this Compton rapper, has been trying to stop it and sending out notifications to the point where I'm a little surprised that there has been channels that have taken down the content. But that's not the hater world, cabron. Pinche hater world, I gotta give it up to that cabron. He goes, you wanna go to war? I'll give you war. Something like that. He said some Tony Montana shit, but because he knows the intricacies of YouTube. I will say this. I will say that the hater world is definitely a very seasoned individual when it comes to streaming. That dude, I actually want the hater world to excel and go above just, YouTubing, content creating, etc., and get to that streaming level. You know what I mean? Where they actually have streaming awards. You know what I mean? And the way to do that is just keep growing, and keep growing. That's it, right? Until they recognize game, right? Or I don't know, maybe the streamers fucking community is like a little private, tight-knit community that I don't know how to get in. But your boy is also on a mission to try to get inside of the streaming community, right? It ain't about hoods. It ain't about this. It ain't about all the California shit that California podcasters talk about. But there are different levels and different things to do, accomplish, and achieve in life, right? I would like to get in the streaming community. I think the hater world can definitely get inside the streaming community if he so chooses to do so. But anyways, ese güey tiene huevos. The hater world tiene huevos. And he's like, I ain't taking down shit, cabrón. But he played it the way he plays it, man. I do know the hater world has klecha. How do I know? He knows what to say, when to say it. He knows what not to say, when not to say it. He knows how to riddle you something. He knows how to speak in generalities, etc. Just like when I saw the video on this individual, famous Compton rapper, he titled it, right? And yeah, I would say famous Compton rapper because he came out in the video real motherfucking G's. He came out in that video, right? He rapped a verse inside that video. And right now, it is a walk of shame for the individual if again, because I haven't seen any paperwork. To me right now, I am only going off of what other videos are, and I'm not putting a jacket. You notice how the caption said accused. Accused is a way of saying allegedly. Certain words that you can say in order for people to understand the correct context of your words. If not, then you could just throw jackets out there with no paperwork and no warrant to them, no merit to them. But then people will understand that you're a fucking clown and you're trying to do shit for clout chasing reasons, and throwing jackets is just your MO, right? You don't got no klecha. You could be like Big Klecha and do that, right? And be like fucking Maniaco, right? No klecha, just throw shit out for views, right? Where everything I've thrown out has a receipt to it. What do you got? Nothing. No receipts, right? Keep on looking. Keep on looking 20 or 30 years. So anyways, this individual has been a walk of shame because he is accused, allegedly, and correct me if I'm wrong, I watched the video from the hater world and I didn't see any P-dubs. Something about Californians, about us, I will say this, is that when there is nothing bona fide, you become the issue for accusing someone else of something you can't substantiate. That's a California thing. It's only a California thing because other states, I'm assuming, operate differently. Here is differently. California, to me, is like gangland, okay? You look at the fucking show on History Channel, Gangland. You want to know how the streets are? Just look at Gangland, okay? That's how it is. So things are run. There's different rules over here in California. So I'm not going to say he is, or I heard this, or I heard that, or I don't know shit. So the hater world didn't drop the P-dubs, but there are people accusing him of making statements. Now, each single group operates a little bit differently, right? Mexicans, blacks, Asians, whites. Again, I don't want to sound level 10. They just operate a little bit differently. It is not equal or fair to be able to put Mexican rules, guidelines over on different groups that just do shit differently. 100% do shit differently. But we've also had in the California podcast space community, we also had an individual rapper by the name of Mr. Criminal. This individual, right, he went ahead and it actually broke while I was in Atlanta. People were messaging me to do content on this while I was in Atlanta. Just mention it on lives, because back then I wasn't uploading videos. I didn't start uploading videos until a month ago, 2.5 years into this shit, right? So I was going to just talk about it in a live, and I did talk about it in a live. It came to light that this individual who was a Chicano rapper, if you don't know what Chicano rap is, it's absolute trash, it's garbage, it's never going to go anywhere, but I really call it bald head loc rap. Well, there are some people that have a lot of bald head people and lokes inside their CD books. Well, I mean, now it's downloads, right? Inside their music MP3 catalog or whatever. CD books. That pretty much dated me right there, right? Bald head loc rap, right? It's trash, it's garbage. It is what it is. To me, Chicano rap was bald head loc rap, rapping over oldies and zapping Roger beats back in the day. And it is what it is. I'm not saying they can't get their money, etc. It's just... it is what it is, right? Some people like it, some people don't. It is what it is, right? So Mr. Criminal ended up making a statement, and that statement in the community of, let's say, the Raza community, right? I know he's not Raza. I know Mr. Capone is not Raza, all that, but I'm not here to get into that shit right there, okay? That's another subject. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to touch that shit because that's some low-level shit that we opened up the channel on. Okay, he's not Mexican, this and that, and it is what it is, but I don't really give a shit, you know what I mean?
Thinking of letting him in, ese?
Told you he's my best crime partner.
He ain't Mexican, ese?
So we're not going to get into that, right? But he is in the Raza community, right? In this space. And again, so that means you're going to fall under an umbrella. You're going to fall under the California rules. And I'm not certain why he made the statement that he made, but he sang like a bird at his house. And I'm almost positive the reason he did that was he did not want to take that police car ride over to the county jail. Almost like it seems like Mr. Criminal, this video is not about him. We'll get back to the famous Compton rapper. It almost seems like he thought in his head, I can get out of it by just telling them everything they want to know here at my house, and they'll let me go, and I don't got to get in custody. And it is what it is. His heart might have been beating where he's like, fuck everything. I just want to be free. And that's what it sounded like. That's what the situation looks like, right? There's been other individuals, their videos are out on YouTube where they're in the interrogation room and they're fucking singing like a bird, singing. I kind of get the same energy from them, that it's a situation where they thought if they just told everything that they know, that they would get off not knowing everything, or maybe they did, but not understanding everything you can will be used against you in a court of law, right? So he made a statement, and the Mr. Criminal thing, he's got a co-defendant that is doing a life sentence behind those statements, and the word got out, and the co-defendant was actually a lot gracious. The co-defendant was very gracious. The co-defendant didn't start sending any kind of kites from the county, from reception. He was actually into his sentence already, but because of a situation where, he either felt that this motherfucker right here is not looking out for me, he's sticking his chest out a lot, and that people need to know the truth. For whatever the reason is, he blasted him and put him out there. So his comments, which he thought were in passing, are absolutely 100% when it comes to the streets. If you're looking at it from a street point of view, not a family man, not a businessman, not a civilian, from a street point of view, that's absolutely snitching. So they're saying that this famous Compton rapper did the exact same thing. It was in a situation, got interviewed. This dude blasted me. This dude did this. There was this many of them. They're from here. They're saying that this is true. And I don't know it to be true. But if it is true, I will say this. It doesn't matter if it was 10, 20, 30 years ago. There is no statute of limitations on telling when it comes to the street shit. Now, another thing I do know is that this individual, the famous Compton rapper, He's also not identifying with the streets anymore. He actually has a whole different vibe and a whole different spin on what he's doing now in his current real life, which is he has dedicated his life over to his faith, which is the Muslim faith. And I think he's really only doing interviews as business opportunities, right? But again, he said something else controversial that was very, very controversial. Aside, again, these allegations, these accusations that he has. Again, I need to see it before I am adamant that the jacket is on him and I can throw the jacket on him. Again, my klecha only, not everyone's klecha. Some people just throw shit out there because they have no klecha, right? This individual right here, if that is true, there's no statute of limitation. The career will be over as far as the streets go. But as far as being a grown-ass man and moving on and doing bigger and better things for maybe him and his family, I have to applaud that. I have to applaud that because there's not a lot of individuals that have leveled up past the street shit. You see these 50-year-old gang members throwing up their neighborhood. It's because they never had any action, or had never been to any place that's real. Because if they did, then they would have gotten around real individuals and they would have told them that putting themselves out there like that, putting their neighborhoods out there like that, talking tough out there like that really is not the get down on how the streets get down. But it's a different day and age. People are acting funny now on the internet. Well, part of the walk of shame now for this famous Compton rapper is that the brother has now been verified. Now, this is verified. This I can stamp. This I can co-sign, whatever the word is. This has been verified that the famous Compton rapper's brother is on Megan's Law. No bueno, no good. He's in the company of Megan's Law and in the same company as Little Chomo, in the same company as 10%, a.k.a. Maniaco Minds, a.k.a. King Joto, in the same company as the Predator One podcast, a.k.a. Sideshow Bob, a.k.a. Plastic Chicano. He's in the same boat, which is the famous Compton rapper's brother. So it seems like it's crazy. Like the information on both of them drop at the same time, and the podcast community is eating this up. So I want to get your feedback now. I want to ask the people your thoughts. What do you think? I mean, Real Motherfucking G's is still the banger of bangers, right? It's one of the greatest diss tracks ever. It's actually hard to decide which is a better diss track between Real Motherfucking G's, No Vaseline, and Hit 'Em Up. I'm going to say those are the top 3 diss tracks in West Coast rap history. West Coast rap history. Those are the top 3. You guys can decide below which is the best diss track of all. Again, doesn't take away from that, doesn't take away from the music, but it does take away from the streets. And if that paperwork starts circulating that he told on Mexicans, etc., and then said something very controversial again about Mexicans that I'm not going to get into absolutely at all. There's some shit I just don't fuck with. You can't bring me in it with the fucking... Now, you can't even pay me to get into certain things because this is not a street politic channel at all. If you're looking for a tough guy channel, you're in the wrong place, right? But if it is true... what's going on with him, then we have it to be true. And his brother, both of them, before 2025 ended both of their careers in 2025. Right, gente, if you like this content right here, hit the pinche like button right there. If not, there's a chinga tu madre if you don't like it, but you're a lurker, stalker, weirdo, creep trying to find smut or dirt or shit or throw on me. That's fine. You got to pay to play. Hit the chinga tu madre button right there. But everything you're looking for is in the members only. Why don't you just fucking go over there and look if you want? You know what I mean? There's the ones for the stalkers, creeps, predators. There's also a share button. That's for the supporters. Don't get it twisted. Like button for the supporters, share supporters, and there's a hype for the supporters, man. Highly appreciate you guys. Hit any of those 3 buttons. Just swipe Swipe right and there's a hype video button, but hit the thumbs up, man. That's all I ask right here. Gente, I'm out. This is the video for today, but don't forget to help others move in excellence because it's going to help them and it's going to help you. All right. To the next episode, gente, I'm out. I'll see you on the next one.